Hey, are you troubled by strange noises in the middle of wait, no. I'll let the real guys handle this one.
Are you troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?
Have you or any of your family ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost?
If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Pick up your phone and call the professionals.
Ghostbusters.
Our courteous and efficient staff is on call 24 hours a day to serve all your supernatural elimination needs.
We're ready to believe you.
Up from the depths, 30 stories high, breathing fire, his head in the sky. Godzilla.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Thursdela Thursday broadcast. I'm your host with the most, Hebro77, and I'm here to do the thing. You know the thing.
You know the thing.
And we're standing by with good old Sagittarically speaking. Saggy, take it away.
Where do you want me to take it, Mr. Hebrew man, guy, dude, 77, sir? What's up with all the extra pronouns, dude?
That's what I prefer. That's what I prefer to be called.
Oh, those are your preferred pronouns. I see what you did there. Is that the correct order that you prefer them?
Well, I don't know. Maybe dude, guy, man, bro, he. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I can even see how you might go with man, dude, guy, he, bro. But
right.
I definitely wouldn't go bro, he, guy, man, dude. That just would be lousy. That would be a lousy picking order or hierarchy, if you will.
That would cause hierarchy.
No, that would be a terrible hierarchy.
Oh, terrible hierarchy. I wouldn't call it hierarchy. Okay.
No, but mayhem would definitely ensue, my friend.
Say it wrong, and mayhem will follow. Yeah, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
No, hey, man, look who we have in our wonderful audience tonight.
Who do we have in our wonderful audience tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Making up that wonderful audience is Miss Connie Joe and good old Miss Fiddle Fire. Hi, Fiddle Fire. It's good to see you.
All right, I'm on the show with Hebrew man guy, dude 77, or is this System Failure 2 or some shit?
I don't know, man.
I'm just kidding. You started. You kind of sounded like Mark there for a little bit, my friend.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm a little hyper. I'm a little bit excited. I'm a little bit wound up, if you will. I mean, this is going to be one heck of a Thursdela Thursday. Would you not admit that, sir?
I will not. I can't deny that. I do believe that you are correct. Look at how we're already off to a roaring start, if you will.
I'm glad you said roaring start, not a purring start.
Oh no, we would never get off to a purring start.
That would be horrible. That'd be like the way Scare Performance starts his shows.
Oh yeah. What do you mean the way Scare Performance starts his shows?
I'm just saying that we're totally more awesome than he.
Oh well, I mean, with a guy with a name like Hebrew man, guy dude 77, you can't go wrong, my friend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what.
But no, seriously, I hear you're trying to make a big name for yourself. You're trying to get on the famous YouTube market, so to speak. You made your first live stream the other night, man. Congratulations.
Well, yeah, I know. It was all of 1 minute and 58 seconds long. But you know what? You got to get your feet wet somewhere, right?
Yeah, you got to dip your toe in the pool if it were, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, see, here's the thing.
You know the thing.
Uh-huh.
I was listening. I was listening to a live stream with Fizzy in it from a long time ago, and I won't go into all the specifics of that. But she happened to mention in the live stream that you can use StreamYard to go live, even if you don't have the 500 subscribers or whatever, and you're on a mobile phone. So I was like, well, I gotta at least see if it works. So I picked up my mobile phone. Actually it was already in my hand, but I went to the StreamYard.com or whatever, and I don't know, I clicked like 5, 6, 7 buttons. The next thing you know, I was live streaming. I was in the interwebs. I was in the Twitterverse. I was in the YouTube sphere, my friend.
The spear.
Well, yeah, the sphere.
Interesting. You would say spear.
Yes, well, that was the word that I chose. But yeah, I did it, and I went live, and so I know at least I'm capable of doing it. So there's that.
Yeah, you found a glitch, so to speak, a glitch in the
Matrix, right?
Matrix, right? Yeah.
Yeah, or the YouTube matrix, if you will, the construct, maybe.
Ooh, now you're getting deep. Oh,
I know, right?
Man.
I won't even talk about multiverses and omniverses. It's way too early in the show for that kind of talk.
Is it too early in the show, or are we too late?
Well, we have to wait and make sure that we're right on time. And you know what? We might be right on time. What do you think?
I think that I got a couple announcements to make.
Well, let's hear them.
First of all, Miss Connie Joe wants us to know that she will be in a play. I think it's a Yeehaw Diner play in September. I don't know the exact date yet because she hasn't given one.
I would expect that we will get back behind the scenes footage like we usually do.
Well, I certainly hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. The other announcement is that Eddie Von Keen has joined the chat here tonight. It's
Eddie Von Keen is here, huh? That's awesome. Good to see him show up.
It's a pleasure as always. And the third and final announcement of tonight is apparently good old Dan has moved over to Odyssey permanently.
What do you mean Odyssey permanently? YouTube shut him down?
No.
Or did he just decide to boycott YouTube?
I don't think he's moved there permanently. I think what happened was he's dipping his toes in the water, so to speak, very slowly.
Okay? Let me. From what I understand, he has opened a YouTube. I'm sorry, a Scarab Performance channel on Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
And the future live streams, at least in the interim, are going to be simulcasted, if I'm not mistaken.
They will for now, but
yes. And his eventual goal is to smoothly transition and eventually leave YouTube. Is that what you're saying?
I think that's what's happening. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So was that an accurate assessment of the situation?
That was very accurate, sir. Very accurate. And I got to tell you, oftentimes you're not. We say that we're going to try to do different things. We've said for a long time now that we're going to try to venture over to the other side, but I'm always on the fence about it. Like you're always telling me, hey man, we should try different platforms and stuff, and we should try to simulcast and so forth and so on. But me, I'm always hesitant about these sort of things. And I think I've got my head around, I might be coming to. You might be finally getting to me. You know what I mean?
You know what though? And all it cost me was giving Dan $25 to convince you he was doing it.
Okay. Oh, that tea tastes terrible. Ugh.
No, I'm just kidding. But if it takes Dan doing it and leading by example, hey, I'm all for it, man, for real. And I have been that little birdie whispering in your ear, if you will, saying, yes, we need to get on other platforms, because I see the writing on the wall, man. That YouTube is just canceling too many channels out that want to talk about anything besides the
usual
mainstream.
joke.
Yeah, if you're going any way, shape, or form against the narrative, and there's so many things happening in the world today where I can't just turn the other cheek and pretend this stuff ain't happening. If I'm going to go live on a broadcast, I'm going to have to, voice my opinion at the very least, and I want to look into it and talk about it. And YouTube doesn't seem to want to let that happen. And it just seems like, each week, and most of the channels that I used to like and enjoy and subscribe to no longer exist because those people have already been plucked out. So I totally understand. I concur.
Well, I tell you what, at this time, I'm going to scream into the microphone.
Well, hold on a second. Let me move my headphones. Go ahead.
Please do. And anybody in the audience, if you had headphones on, you might be encouraged to do such a thing. But here I go. I'm going to scream real loud into the microphone. All right, here we go. Fuck YouTube. All right, there we go. Okay. I'm done. Yeah.
I see Eddie Von King in there talking about the Vax Force, if you will.
Yes, it's very interesting that he would bring up the Vax Force, because that's exactly what we're going to talk about here tonight in a few minutes. Not right now, though.
No, well, I mean, whenever you're ready. But do you think, since Biden dissolved the Space Force, he just can reallocate those jobs to the Vax Force? Man,
I'll tell you what. Biden is doing crazy fucking things. I'm telling you, man. And it's sad. You talked about the state of the world today. You talk about you can't turn a deaf ear on what's going on with the world today. And when you said the world today, it got me thinking about that song from Aerosmith that happened in the 90s. Something's wrong with the world today. I don't know what it is. That song?
I'm familiar with such a song.
And it's so weird that a lot of songs that came out in the 90s are starting to come full circle now. They're starting to make sense as to what's going on in these days and times and the times that we're living in. I mean, you think about songs. Well, for an example, you and I were talking backstage before we went live about Bizarre, like the song How Bizarre. I forget what band that's from, but it's a European band, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I can look it up. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. But he says, basically, some of the lyrics, I think one of the main lyric is, every time I turn around, there's something fishy going down. That's not what he says, but it is weird that, like, every time I turn around.
I think it's a one-hit wonder. They're called OMC. I have never heard of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is a one-hit wonder, but it does match up with what's going on today. It's like, because every time you turn around, you turn on the news, or you don't even have to turn on the news. I mean, I try to turn off the news as much as possible, but you turn on YouTube or any kind of social media or any kind of thing whatsoever, any kind of media platform, and you hear weird and wacky, bizarre news. I mean, it's all about politics and gender politics and sexuality politics and all that stuff. We talked about a week ago about how the LGBTQ community's pushing agendas down our throats and stuff like that. Like, I want to make clear that I have nothing against the LGBTQ people, but I don't think that they properly represent the gay community. I really don't. I
mean, you got different extremes or levels to that.
Yeah, they're
stuff.
extreme.
Yes. And there is a faction of it that is very extreme, and they take it to a point of ridiculousness. And that's, and
Right.
just like anything else, they get carried away with it, and then and then for some unknown reason today, like today's day and age, they let that be the loudest voice, and I don't know why.
That's the thing, man. Is like, okay, think about the gay revolution. Like, think about gay people in general, just regular, everyday, run of the mill businessmen in white suits. Just think about people that ride on the elevators with us, just regular, everyday, normal people who want to live their lives. They want the way they want to live it. They want to have equal rights, the same as we all do, and I get that. But I don't think that they agree with these extremists. I don't think that they agree with. I don't think they feel like they're being represented fairly. Like, I don't think.
Yes, your average person doesn't agree with that extreme culture at all. They don't relate to it in any way, shape, or form, and they don't understand why the mainstream media is pushing it as an agenda. But for whatever reason, they are, and they're pushing it, and they're trying, and they're doing it blatantly, and a provocative fashion, and they're going for a younger and younger and younger audience. It's sickening when you really think about it. I mean, but go ahead.
I want to make clear, when I say extremist, I'm talking about the ones that wear all the big hair and the makeup, and basically, to me, I hate to say it this way, and I don't mean any offense for anyone who's gay or anything like that, but they look like clowns. They look like fucking circus clowns. And I don't think that represents the normal gay people.
I mean, but but you know what? There's plenty of gay people out there, and they got podcasts, and that's what they talk about on their show, man. But I'm not really an expert on the subject, but I don't disagree with you. I just don't really know enough about it to have a super informed disposition on the subject.
Let me say it like this. Let's say, for an example, let's reverse it. Let's say there was I had it down the other day. I had a really good example the other day with black or women, for example, like let's say women, like the women lib movement, for example. There are women out there who wanted equal rights. That's how it all started, right? Like, they wanted to be equal to men. They wanted to have equal pay, the same amount of pay that men wanted to have, and rightly so. They should have had that. That should be, there should be no question. They should have been allowed to vote. They should have been allowed to have equal rights. They should have been allowed to have this or that or the other. But what it turned into, because of the extreme agenda for the extreme women's lib movement, it turned into something totally different. It turned into people, not just women, but men and women, who wanted women to be not equal to men, but to be overpowering, to be more.
Yeah, it literally incited a role reversal in the household, where the women basically put on the bootstraps and played more of a masculine role, and became the bread earner, if you will, and not beyond that, just different in society as a whole. It's a I don't know, a strange phenomenon, you might say, but I think it was actually orchestrated by design through the programming that we receive, the social signals that they put out there through advertising and other propagandist ways. And I can relate to that in the sense that I consider, for the longest growing up, my early adulthood, even up until just maybe the last 6 or 7 years, I've considered myself kind of a liberal, more of a Democrat, but I couldn't possibly see I don't relate at all to what the Democratic Party is today. I don't have any. I don't relate to it at all. I'm definitely not that, because the extreme voice is the only voice that's getting heard. You know what? A lot of people are starting to slowly recognize it. But then again, it's not like one side is drastically better than the other. When you have an extreme opinion on either side of the fence, it's extreme nonetheless.
It's hurtful. It's hurtful, and it's damaging in a way, and it's divisional. It divides.
Yeah, and it's the whole purpose of all of that. I really honestly do believe is to chip away and to degrade the traditional values that our country and our society has known over the years. That it's just a degradation of our traditional values. They're trying to. It almost seems like it's being purposefully destroyed, for lack of a better word.
You know, this all leads me down a road. This is probably going to be somewhat controversial, and you know, the hell with it. If YouTube takes us down for this, I really don't give a shit. I think it's a wonderful video put out by a wonderful person. And by the way, before I play this video, this woman just happens to be African American, by the way. So you can't default her for what she's about to say. She's not racist. She's not coming off.
Well,
as
here, you're saying way too much. Let me tell you this. If it was a white guy sitting there on the video saying it, it would get shut down because it would be listen to that white racist MRFer. But the only way that this video could be made is with a black person actually saying it. Otherwise, that would just be how it would be treated. The message would fall on deaf ears because they would just say it's a white guy, a privileged white guy or white girl who doesn't understand the situation. So I totally get what you're trying to. I smell what you're cooking there, my friend.
But I came across this by accident, mind you, looking at TikTok videos, and I thought I would share this with you guys. You know, I thought this was very well done. So let me go ahead and get it going here.
And I didn't even know that this thing existed at all.
Too? Yeah, it's weird. But it's definitely cool. I want to share it. Share with the classes. DD74. Oh, hi, by the way, DD74 and Horner. What am I from Texas? Horner. It's a Horner over there. No, Horty Hunter. Oh, Hayden. Try saying that 5 times fast. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. I kill me. Anyway, here's the video. Zoop. All right. Can everybody see this?
I see it.
All right. Let me go ahead and whoa, it unplayed itself. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Let's go ahead and play it. Let me make it a little bit larger, I think. There you go. All right. We don't have to play this once, I think. We don't have to play it more than once. All right, here we go.
So just recently, this massive statue of George Floyd was just put outside Newark City Hall. It's absolutely disgusting. People in this country tear down statues of George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Christopher Columbus, people that devoted their lives to make America a better place for the next generations. Then we're okay with putting up a statue of someone that didn't exactly have the same devotion. Someone that stood for crime, drugs, foolery. So why can't those other people have statues? This man was a criminal. He held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. We're idolizing him and putting him on a pedestal as if he gave his life for us. We're not living in the America that our grandparents or great-grandparents would want to see us living in. I hope Jesus comes back soon because we've lost our minds.
Man, that was a very touching speech that she gave there. I almost busted out into tears because it's true what she said, man. This is not the kind of country that our grandparents and great-grandparents fought for. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, totally do. couldn't agree with you more. It just seems like it's become bizarro world out there for real. Honestly, I know that I'm a broken record, and I've said it once, I've said it 100 million times. That I just hardly can't stand to watch, like to even watch the CNN or Fox or you name it, MSNBC or get on Twitter. But you know what? Every day I find myself absorbing that stuff. Whatever the auto feed decides to put in my horse feed that day, I take it all in, man. And I just remember when my feed used to give me a diverse, interesting subjects, things that I like to research about, like Antarctica or just different fringe topics. But I don't get any of that stuff anymore. All I get now is politics and racial talk and just bullcrap. That stuff that it's all negative, drain your soul of anything positive. It really it seems like that is what they're out to do, is just make everybody fearful and miserable. And it's not easy, man, but that's why we do this here and now, is to get it off our chest, offer an alternative form of entertainment. And that's why, as much as I think this information is relevant and we need to talk about it, it's also sometimes I think people come to shows like this to get a break from all of that. So I'm always torn on whether we should talk about it or we should just do something totally different. It's a delicate balance, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because what happened to you, I think, is when we were doing all the political stuff, unfortunately, your news feed picked up on the algorithm or whatever it is, so to speak, and it said, "Oh, well, Saji likes political stuff, so now we're just gonna feed him a bunch of political news and political tweets and all this stuff," because we were hung up on it for a long time there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a shame that you can't get back to the stuff that you like and enjoy to look up, because now you have to actually fight almost to look this stuff up.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, it is a little bit of that. Once you start clicking on stuff, it always feeds you more of the same. There's a lot of truth in that. But it also seems like the channels that are giving you the real information are getting shadow banned and censored the most. And the ones that are giving you the controlled narrative are being shoved down your throat, and it's the very first thing you're going to see when you have your cup of coffee in the morning, straight from the New York Times or Washington Post, if you will.
Which kind of ties into what I'm about to share here in a minute. Is like you talked about how things are turned on their ear and stuff like that, and I don't want to talk too much about this one particular subject. Subject. What am I even saying right there? But Al Gore rhythm.
However,
yeah. However, it's funny how when Trump was in office, he got blamed for everything, and I mean everything. And when he was saying, "Oh, well, the riots are bad and they're horrible," and it's not just soft protests. It's not just what do they call that? Soft protesting, peaceful protesting. It's violence. It's terrible, and they're burning down cities and all this blah blah blah. Everyone was making fun of him, and they were down. The fuck! I hear noise.
It's not me.
Was that fireworks?
Yeah, it's probably leftover fireworks from the 4th of July.
Holy shit, that was just weird.
Either that or Antifa is in your neighborhood. Duck for cover.
But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. As he was saying all this stuff, they were all making fun of him, and they were all like downgrading him and telling him, "How dare you say that, sir? How dare you say this is all?"
They banned them. They banned the
Yeah.
president's channel.
Yeah.
They banned him off. He actually filed a lawsuit against Facebook, Twitter, and I forget Google. I guess it was the other one. I can't remember who the third one is.
Yeah, and then like, so now when they're doing all the protesting and all that stuff, now it's destructive behavior. Now they want to shut them down for it because now we got a new president in the White House, and now it's destructive behavior, and now it's horrible stuff, and now people are burning stuff down. It's not just peaceful protesting anymore, and now it's all the Republicans' fault that they're doing all that.
I mean, no, what they're saying is that the Republicans wanted to defund the police. The poll numbers came in, and they realized that voters are actually against defunding the police. So they just want to pretend like they were never for defunding the police. I gave you a clip. I don't know if you can find it in all that mess of clips that we have that I've collected over the past 2 days.
I have the video.
Okay, yeah, let's watch that. That is just so crazy. Oh yeah, this is it. This is a Fox reporter here, and he's wanting this clarification on how are you going to even try to say that the Republicans wanted to defund the police. You got to hear it. It's bizarre world at its best. Go ahead, Ebro.
Yeah, speaking of that song, How Bizarre, check this out.
You mentioned at the last briefing that you think Republicans wanted to defund the police because they did not support the American Rescue Plan. Which Republican ever said that they did not like the American Rescue Plan because they wanted to defund the police?
Well, first, let me just note that the president ran and won the most votes of any candidate in history on a platform.
look how she realizes what, like, realizes I'm gonna have to pull one out of my ass. You see it right there on her face. Look at her. She knows she's in trouble.
Oh God. Okay. I can't say what I want to say, but there's something anyway, let's watch the rest of this.
Form of boosting funding for law enforcement after Republicans spent decades trying to cut the cops program. There's record of that. That doesn't require anyone having new comments, and then also stood in the way of crucial funding needed to prevent the laying off of police officers as crimes increase. That's a simple statement.
And you can tell she's reading that off of the paper because she was expecting the question, and she has to make sure she gets every word correctly so that, she can't be fact-checked later and said that she said something that wasn't true. However, none of that even has anything to do with the question he actually asked her. But go ahead.
I understand what you're saying there.
However, like you like to say,
there are lots of examples of Democrats explicitly saying they want to defund the police. We've got Congresswoman Cori Bush, Congresswoman Diana Presley, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar. Are there any examples of Republican members of Congress saying they want to defund the police?
I think most people would argue that actions are more important than words, wouldn't you say?
And, well, to that point, to your point there, at the time of the vote on the American Rescue Plan, you had the Republican leader in the Senate, Mitch McConnell. He said he just didn't like it because he thought it was a classic example of big government Democratic overreach in the name of COVID relief. And then Kevin McCarthy said he thought Democrats were using coronavirus as an excuse to justify funding pet projects. Well, where is we're going to vote against this because they want to defund?
Oh boy, are you still with us, Edgy?
Oh yeah, and look over there, the hand, the deaf, she's even got an attitude. When Saki starts talking, look how her face gets mean. The person doing the sign language over there. Watch her instead. This is you'll see. She's even got it. She's conveying the condescending tone of Saki's voice when she answers. Right here. Go ahead.
On the police
again. I think actions speak louder than words, Peter. So if you oppose funding for the COPS program, something that was dramatically cut by the prior administration and many Republicans supported, and then you vote against a bill that has funding for the COPS program, we can let other people.
No, I cannot unsee it, and I'm paying attention to it. It is quite humorous.
Yeah, it is.
Evaluate what that means. It doesn't require them to speak to it or to shout it out. Their actions speak for themselves. Go ahead.
Let's talk about who defunded the police. An emergency relief plan for
He said, let's talk about who defunded the. Let's talk about it. Yeah,
let's talk about it. Right.
Police and firefighters. It was the Republicans who objected.
What? Oh, who objected? Okay.
To it. And our plan allowed state and local governments
to
replenish their
they
departments.
did.
And so look, Republicans are very good at staying on talking points of who says defund the police. But the truth is, they defunded the police.
Something one of the advisors said this weekend, Cedric Richmond, he said, Republicans defunded the police by not supporting the American Rescue Plan. But how is it that is an argument to be made when the president never mentioned needing money for police to stop a crime wave when he was selling the American Rescue Plan?
Well, the president did mention that the American Rescue Plan, the state and local funding, something that was supported by the president, a lot of Democrats who supported and voted for the bill, could help ensure local cops were kept on the beat in communities across the country.
The White House's argument was the American Rescue Plan is going to be $1,400 checks. It's going to be vaccines, vaccinators. It's going to put us on the path to beating the virus.
It did those things as well. It was a pretty.
I saw the shot to the arm thing. Oh man, yeah. Ever since you pointed it out, now I'm looking at the what do they call them? The deaf interpreter. I don't know what they're called, but that is funny.
Fire had a funny comment. You want me to read it?
Sure.
All right. I guess it's HHH. What does that mean? Ha ha ha. I think it's ha ha ha. And it says, bet she smells like rotted, decomposed carrots that stewed in the southern sun for weeks, rank, and a bit of the stinkiest frontage on top. No hate for other redheads out there. Yeah.
I was just imagining a bad batch of V8 carrot juice or something, but that's pretty good too.
A good bill and piece of legislation.
We will never defund the police. We will hire more great police.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make law enforcement stronger, not weaker.
If you believe, as I do, that we should be able to reform the criminal justice system so that it's not biased and treats everybody fairly, I guess you can use a snappy slogan like defund the police, but you've lost a big audience the minute you say it, which makes it a lot less likely that you're actually going to get the changes you want done.
It's not just about Black Lives Matter. It's about what does that actually mean? What do we mean when we say Black Lives Matter, which is why...
What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? What do you mean Black Lives Matter? Why does she have a picture of a guy in the background with flowers growing out of his hair?
I don't know. I was going to ask you why there's a Godzilla flapping his arms up in the corner of the screen. But then I remembered it's Thursdela Thursday.
Right. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
It's become such a huge and resounding call.
Yeah, I think Democrats, we need to hire a PR marketing firm because our messaging usually gets muddled in law. People are chanting defund the police. It immediately turns off those voters who are.
All right, that's enough of that, man. I'm getting sleepy listening to all that. Blah 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 blah. We know, you know that I know that you know that I know that nobody but all those other people were saying defund the police, but now they just want to magically turn it around, flip the table around, switch the red Kool-Aid with the blue Kool-Aid, as if I always been drinking the blue Kool-Aid or the red Kool-Aid or the whatever color Kool-Aid. The point is, when you they don't It's like they feel like they can just get away with it, like a magician who doesn't even have to hide the magic anymore. You just believe him because he said it was magic.
Yeah, like David Copperfield or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? What do I mean? Well, yeah, we could look at some memes if you want to, my friend.
Oh, wait a minute. Where did that come from?
I just kind of impromptu'd it. Did you like that? How I did that?
Oh, yeah. Well, my grandma's redheaded, or she was a redhead.
My
No.
mom was a redhead. I mean, she's passed away now, but yeah, she was a redhead, and fiery one at that. So
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of redheads that we know and love. We weren't saying, all redheads are bad. Like we weren't. What do they call that when you categorize?
oh no, here's exactly what was happening there. She was misrepresenting redheads all over the world. She was being the Sith of redheads, and the Sith, they stink and they're putrid, and so you assume that as a redhead, she the natural cliche. What is the other word? A stereotypical thing that you would think of is carrot, right? So there's a famous comedian called Carrot Top. You can't have the carrot reference when it's in your favor and then deny it as an insult. You can't do it both ways, my friend.
You can't have it both ways.
No.
Man, I need a cup of coffee and some Irish cream liquor in there.
Okay, well, do you need to go do that?
Well, I do need to. Ever since I heard that damn noise, I do have a curiosity as to what that noise was. Maybe something fell. Maybe someone stole something out of my garage or tried to break into my apartment. So give me just a second to look around and make sure everything's okay. And you go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I hope the masked YouTuber isn't coming to pay you a visit.
Yeah. Shit, it could be him. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let me check around real quick, and like I said, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Well, by you myself, who is the other person I'm supposed to talk with again? I guess I'll just read the chat. Hopefully, there's something here. Michael Fontaine, your wife is a redhead. Philo Fire, V8. My Nana was a redhead lady too. That's cool. Philo Fire. Yes. No hate here. No hate here. It's all nothing but love. Nothing but love. DD74. Godzilla. Yeah, looks like we all got a little bit of redhead and touching our lives. And I'll tell you what, man, I can't speak for all redheads worldwide, but I can tell you about my mom. She was the kindest, sweetest person ever. Obviously, she's my mom, but I guess not all moms are that. However, she got angry. Man, let me tell you, you never wanted to see my mom angry. Luckily, she didn't get angry very often. But when she did, oh, brother, let me tell you, that it hurt. But I digress. Hebrew, did you kick the masked YouTuber's butt yet? Can you come back to the microphone, sir? Or are you tussling and wrestling? Woody Hunter Hayden. She's the hottest redhead ever. I can see how you might feel that way. I can see how you in particular, she might. I can see how that might work out for you. Awesome behind the scene photos. That's what I'm talking about, Miss Connie Joe. Wow, Michael Fontaine, you got like the hat trick, the trifecta, if you will. Well, I don't understand why he leaves me but he does. And
Well,
oh, he's back! Yay! I was just losing the audience just now.
Well, you can't. You tell. Oh well, everything appears to be in place. There doesn't appear to be anything stolen. Nothing's been knocked down or knocked over. So I guess it's okay.
All right. So you didn't have to like get in an arm wrestling match with anybody or anything?
No, the masked YouTuber wasn't here.
That's good.
Thank God. But I see you had a lot of interaction with all these fine folks here tonight.
Oh yeah, there's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but the redheaded version going on here.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Man, I tell you, there's nothing I hate more is when you're sitting there talking and you're on the road like I was, and then all of a sudden you hear a noise or something, and it just distracts the hell out of you. And then when you try to get back to what you're saying, you can't quite capture that magic moment. Like you can't quite capture what it was you were saying, even though you knew what you were going to say before you were going to say it, but then you forgot what you were saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's a Dr. Dre and Eminem song, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, you live in that moment, and then all of a sudden the moment's gone. It's gone forever.
And you can never have it back no matter how hard you try, my friend.
Oh, no. It's like that cool dream that you have. Like you fall asleep and you have a really cool dream, and then you wake up and you go, man, that was a really cool dream. Like, and then you try to go back to sleep and get back to it, but you never have the same dream twice.
Yeah, and sometimes you actually have moments in life like that. I mean, like I'll give you an example. Right here, I don't know, 2.5 months ago, my baby's mama, for lack of a better word, the mother of my oldest child, she flew down here with her dad, and they were staying up on the beach just 20 minutes away from where I live. She called me when she got here. I went over and hung out with her, and we had a nice, pleasant walk on the beach. It wasn't about being boyfriend or girlfriend or anything super romantic, but it was like a special moment nonetheless. We got to have a moment, like where we got to reacquaint and see each other and experience a walk on the beach with the wind blowing and the waves coming in and I told her before, right, when the night was when it was getting close to the end of the evening, that it was just nice to have this moment. That I know it can't last forever, and we both have to go back to our normal situation or whatever. But it was nice just to have a moment. That moment we could never recreate it. We may never have it again, but we got to experience it then and there, and that's what really counts, at least in my opinion. Did I lose you?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what you gave me here.
Yeah, you know what? Before we go into the memes, I was going to say, let's talk about that Vax Strike Force thing. I think that's an important thing to talk about, and that's another clip with our favorite redheaded White House staffer.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Let's see. Is this Twitter?
Yes.
Let's see. Redirect. Oh my gosh. It really is. It doesn't look like a video though. The hell?
Does it say Strike Force right below the link?
Something about Pinocchios.
No.
No,
I don't know. I can look it up. Hold on.
It's not Strike Force. I know it's on here. It's on one of these things. I see the Legos thing. I see your live stream. Let's see. Maybe you put it into a different thing. See, Benny Johnson. Oh, there it is. Okay. I got it now. All right. How do I stop it?
Well, Dr. Fauci has addressed this a number of times and has conveyed
Dang
that
it.
herd immunity is kind of an outdated.
Yeah, well, Dr.
you found
Fauci fucking lied to us. They caught him a lie, so I'm not going to exactly trust Dr. Fauci. I never really trusted him to begin with, but especially after it came out that he actually fucking lied to us. I mean,
yeah, if it's on, I've came to the realization that this is all an agenda, man. I mean, I hate to say it, but there's more than meets the eye going on here. Just listen to this. She actually says the word strike force. You know that if you look up the terminology strike force, it's a military assault team.
Mm-hmm.
Let's let the clip speak for itself.
I sure will, my friend. And I like the way you said more than meets the eye. It made me think of Transformers for some reason.
Transformers.
Mm-hmm. More than meets the eye. Then you have the crazy looking kid. Anyway, here we go.
First, is there a target for herd immunity for COVID vaccines? Is it 75%, 80%? What is that goal for the administration right now?
Well, Dr. Fauci has addressed this a number of times and has conveyed that herd immunity is kind of an outdated term. So we had set a goal of reaching 70% of adults by July 4th. We reached that goal of adults 27 and older by that date, and we're continuing to press to reach it, and we will in the next couple of weeks for adults over the age of 18. But our work doesn't stop there, and we are going to continue to press to get 12 to 18-year-olds vaccinated, to continue to work with communities where there's lower vaccination rates. That's one of the reasons we initiated these strike forces to go into communities and work with them to determine what they need, to take a localized, specific approach that works with elected officials.
Localized, specific approach. Hold on a second.
First, is there a target?
What is that supposed to fucking mean? Does that mean they're gonna burst? Okay, no, burst into your house and do the thing with the thing.
Yeah, back it up about 10 seconds. I want to hear that part one more time. That was a lot she said right there.
It was a lot she said right there. And I didn't mean that that's what's going to happen. I'm not trying to give misinformation here. Look how young these guys are, by the way.
They're not young. You're just old, my friend.
I guess so. Look at this person's face.
Oh yeah. She's like, man, where do they sell the popcorn for this circus?
Oh man.
What is that goal for the administration right now?
Well, Dr. Fauci has addressed this a number of times and has conveyed that herd immunity is kind of an outdated term. So we had set a goal of reaching
outdated term. Yeah, it's because no one believes your bullshit about herd immunity.
And by outdated term, she means not convincing enough.
Right. That's what I was getting ready to say. It's not convincing enough, so we had to change the narrative.
70% of adults by July 4th. We reached that goal of adults 27 and older by that date, and we're continuing to press to reach it, and we will in the next couple of weeks.
I got a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Why is there a specific? They're given a very specific age, like 27 and older. Why?
Because that was a specific target. That age was the target age. They wanted to get a certain percentage. Now they're wanting to get down to the teenagers, and that's the purpose of the strike force, is to get the teenagers. They're going for the teenagers now.
Sending the strike force to vaccinate the teenagers. Over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For adults over the age of 18, but our work doesn't stop there, and we are going to continue to press to get 12 to 18-year-olds vaccinated, to continue to work with communities where there's lower vaccination rates. That's one of the reasons we initiated these these strike forces to go into communities and work with them to determine what they need to take.
Do you know where these communities are with the lower vaccination rates? They're the red states and the ghetto. That's where those are the two places.
Exactly.
Approach that works with elected officials in communities, but I don't have a new goal to set for you.
First, is there?
I don't have a new goal. Okay. Well, there you go. What do you think about this strike force?
There's a meme right underneath it. Did you see it?
Oh, I saw all kinds of memes, my friend.
I mean, right underneath that link.
Oh, right underneath the link? You mean like directly underneath it?
Yeah, pretty much. It should have been anyway, unless I got it wrong.
Hold on. I see the Lego thing.
Yeah, let's just move on to the Lego thing, and then we'll do the memes later. Let's look at let's do the Lego. Let's do this Lego thing. Click on the link. This is an interesting story. I would hate to have to be the journalist who's the news agency says go get the facts on this Lego story. You know, Jonah Jameson. You know, or telling. I just can't see that happening. But it's a thing, man. Believe it or not, it's a thing. To make a long story short, I think the way that the story goes is one of the people that was in the capital city riot, for lack of a better word, they found a Lego, the Capitol Hill Lego set inside his house, and they're using the FBI raid and they're using it as evidence against him in court because he had the Capitol Lego set. Yeah, this is it right here. FBI investigators found fully assembled U.S. Capitol Lego toy at the January 6th leader's home. Okay. And then there's did you see the little Lego guys climbing the little Lego White House? See on there? I'm just kidding.
So if I build like a Lego power building, then they're just going to assume that I'm making plans to shut down all of the world's power, I guess.
Okay, so we have a choice here. We can click on the link and read the actual article here, see where inside the box, or we can just go to the comments, or whichever. We could do both, but let's just see what the story is. They picked a great photo, by the way. You got the guy sending the arc there. All right, go ahead. I'll read it. Federal investigators seized an unusual piece of evidence from a Pennsylvania man indicted last month for his role in the Capitol riot. A Lego replica of the building he allegedly stormed. Robert Morse, 27, is accused of leading fellow rioters in what prosecutors say was one of the most intense and prolonged clashes with officers on January 6th, according to court documents obtained by the Smoking Gun.
Should FBI, I be worried? I have a replica of the Statue of Liberty. I have like a toy of it. Should I be worried that if something happens to the Statue of Liberty, they may come get me?
Well, if you was to ever go like on a trip to go visit the Statue of Liberty, and on that exact same day, a bunch of rioters showed up, you would be framed as their leader if the FBI caught wind of your Statue of Liberty replica Lego set. Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. FBI investigators seized an array of firearms from his home. Okay, now you're on to something. You found guns. But no, the headline of the article is the Lego set. All right. As well as what the court filings described as fully constructed U.S. Capitol Lego set. The prosecutors didn't say whether Morse used his toy to help plan the Capitol insurrection. Another item seized from Morse was a notebook containing a step-by-step to create hometown militia, which steps such as ambush and battle drills and reminders to bring assault rifle and 4 magazines. All right, well, I'd say that's a little incriminating, but if that's his lifestyle that he lives anyway, I mean, that's what kind of stuff he's going to have, right? That still doesn't make him any more, I don't know, of a bad guy than in my eyes than the way I already visualized. If he was the person who was leading the protest, he would be an activist type of individual. Those are the sort of fellas who do those sort of things, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm. Maybe.
I don't know.
I would assume that the guy who's up there leading the charge, let's get him, boys. That's what he. That's how he rolls, right?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at the memes. If people want to follow, the story and get into all the intricacies of it, it's an easy Google search. Sure, but there is some great that people came up with some great memes for this story, but it was low hanging fruit and way too easy.
Speaking of low hanging fruit, we're just going to go on with. We'll make this part of our "What do you mean?" memes.
What do you mean? What do I mean? Son, you fit a profile of an insurrectionist.
By the way, if you're looking for great quality Lego sets, look no further than Canada. That's right, Canada. The only country now that has Toys R Us. Thank you. Looking, never mind. Which I do not encourage such things. Not encourage. Make plans on your Lego sets to start an insurrection. Just saying.
Well, yeah. There's some more coming up. I'm sure you're going to go to the next one.
If I ever get there. Let's see here. Whoop. Now, this is not Lego, but it is Lego related. There we go. You see good old SpongeBob there reading a book.
Oh, yeah, this is the two narratives, This is on the left, you got the Fox News. Capitol riot was planned with a Lego set. And then on the right, Capitol riot was incited spontaneously by Trump's speech. Which one is the truth? Or are they both true? Or is neither true? I guess, yeah.
You got old SpongeBob all confused there. He doesn't know which one.
Exactly. Keep you guessing.
All right, now we got this interesting guy here. Lego of Donald Trump, I do believe it is.
Yeah. He had that standing over there on the side, of the Capitol Hill building, probably.
By the way, can you guys see these as I'm scrolling? Can you guys see my scrolling?
I just see Donald Trump. I don't see scrolling.
Okay, good. How about this one?
Now I see that one. Legos inciting insurrection since 2021. You think that they'll be their new marketing campaign, maybe?
I don't know if they'll sell a whole lot of Legos doing that, unless, well, they might to insurrectionists.
Well, what if the My Pillow guy gave a free Capitol replica for every bed that he sells? That would be cool.
Yeah, I think. Hey, you just gave me an idea for my next David Hasselhoff set of commercials, there, my friend. Just saying.
All right.
Let's get the next one going here. Let's keep them going.
Well, that's what the Capitol replica Lego set looks like, in case anyone was curious.
Actually, I gotta say, looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's very detailed. A lot more realistic than what I would have expected.
I might have to get me one of those, not for inciting a insurrection, so to speak, but just to have for my stop motion movies.
Well, yeah, that would be cool. You could recreate it. Well, who would you get to? What action figure would you use for Ashley Babbitt? That's what I want to know.
I don't know, probably Godzilla.
But not for Ashley Babbitt. She's the one that got shot.
Oh, never mind. Let's move on.
All right.
Why would I say that? I thought you were talking about Nancy Pelosi. I'm sorry.
All right. So, seeking information, assault on federal officers, and violence at the United States Capitol. Here's a list of suspects, I believe. Have you seen any of these guys? You should definitely report them right away.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I don't know. I think that the guy there with the green head and the bro. Never mind. All right. This is a funny recreation of The Shining, if you will.
Lego sticking through the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the guy that got charged, what was his? I forget what they called him instead of Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool one. Let's see. Do you have any more here, sir?
I think that's it for Lego.
Here's the ones we were talking about earlier about when we're talking about Strike Force. About the stab. Here's one.
Yes. Govern me harder, Daddy.
Oh, man. That's hilarious.
Yes, it is. It's also sad because of how true it is.
Yeah, it's sad but true. These are inside you.
There's always some truth in these things, and that's what makes them so, I don't know, meme magical, right?
For sure. Okay, here's one that requires a little bit of reading.
Hey, neighbor, did you hear about the Delta variant?
Ned Flanders at CNN. That's me. Every time I get like one of those CNN pop-ups on my YouTube page. Nope.
Right. Exactly. Skip ad, skip ad, skip ad.
Yeah. Well, I think that about does it for our "What Do You Mean" memes for this evening.
Oh no, there's a bunch more.
Is there?
Oh yeah, you got you. I'll go back. Do you want me to find them for you? I think they're.
Hold on, just 1 second. I think. Well, that
remember all those memes I gave you the other day? We haven't looked at it. Yeah, and then I gave you a few more since. Right? There's like 10 of them, if not more. Maybe 15. I don't know. There's a lot.
I don't know, man. We shared a lot of those.
We never got to them.
Would
there's
that
a whole.
be
There's
Shifty Sunday or?
Yeah, I'll help you. Hold on.
Okay, I see that one. I don't see a whole bunch. I see. Oh, looks like there's no. I don't see a whole bunch. Let's see. Sagittariusly speaking, we already shared those. Shared all the Lego ones. Okay, that guy's a shill. That was the John McAfee thing. Dog. We shared all that. The mustache meme. I think that's it, man.
Did we do the ones where the one with Chuck Norris is in it and all those? I don't remember us doing those.
I think we did, like on hold on. Did you send that to Shifty Sunday or Taco Tuesday?
It's in yours, like personal. But you have to go up quite a ways.
Yeah, I think we shared that. The Chuck Norris one?
Oh, yeah. I guess we did.
That was like
all right.
a special thing that we did, I think.
Well, I guess that's it then. Yeah, I stand corrected, man. I apologize. That's my fault. You know, even I'm wrong sometimes. I admit it. I just forgot that we had already done them. So I was thinking they were still on the, I don't know, in our back pocket, our proverbial back pocket, if you will. So, all right. And let's move on. Let's get past the meme. What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Yeah, that.
That's all of our what do you mean? What do I memes for today, people?
But there were some good ones, that's for sure.
There was some good ones in there. Well, I gotta tell you, let's see who's all talking to chat. We have Miss Connie Joe, DD74, Philo Fire still hanging with us. Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine.
Hot Wings. What's with Hot Wings? I remember some black guy singing the song, chicken wings, chicken wings, chicken wings, chicken wings. And I don't know what the rest of the song goes, but it's a pretty dumb song. Anyway, let's see here. Scrolling up, we had Eddie Von Keen here earlier. I think he's
the real one.
The real one with a wrench at that. We have Triple H. And
I see what you did there, Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H. I'm not going to get tripped up on his name again. I just won't do it. I refuse. I refuse to do it. Do you hear me? Refuse. Flat out refuse. And that's all we have right now for this very thankful Thursdela Thursday on this very special night. It's good having the gang all here. You, me, and Godzilla there in the background doing his flexing, you know. So, you know, I was talking about songs in the 90s that remind me of things that are going on these days. You know, there was that one song from Coolio. Do you remember the song? I think it was about AIDS at that time, but I think if you look at it and rewatch it today, it won't remind you of AIDS, but it reminds you of other things, other diseases that are going on, like newer diseases or maybe even the C word, who knows, where he goes, it's too hot, hold me in this world in which we're living in. Remember that song? You know, Mark gave it to Lisa, and Lisa gave it to Dan, and Dan gave it to April, who gave it to Laura, and so, you know, so forth and so on.
Right?
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of things that we could say that blends in. And there's one other thing I want to talk about 90s song. There's the guy that recently died. I think I mentioned his name and their hangouts. What was his name, sir?
The guy that recently died?
Yeah, the Digital Underground.
McAfee? Oh, Shock G.
Yeah, Shock G mentions in his, here's your chance, do the dance, do the hump, I do the hump, I do the humpty hump, I do the hump. I do the Humpty Hump. I once got busy in the Burger King bathroom. You know how it goes. But there's a line in there where he says, "Grab her in the biscuit," you know.
Yeah, grab her in the biscuits.
Yeah, the biscuits. Wait, is it biscuits or biscuit?
I don't know, but either way, he's referring to the biscuit is a metaphor for a part of the female human anatomy, nevertheless.
Right, and that's what I caught that, and I'm like, wait a minute, he said this way back when, in the 90s, okay, or maybe even the late 80s, as far as I know.
Yeah, I would say it came out right at that time, 90, 91, 92, probably.
And it's like, okay, I get he was doing it for a rap song or whatever, but that line today, would he get by with saying something like that today? Like,
would it be acceptable in today's counter cancel culture is what you mean?
Yes.
By no means would it. No, it wouldn't. It would get canceled rather quickly.
I think so, because it's funny, like Donald Trump pretty much said the same thing, but different. He actually said the words,
But then again, however, now that I think about it, if you think about what a lot of people are saying, like what current rap has degraded to, I mean,
like wet ass pussy.
Yeah, that's the name of a song now. So I guess in a way, it depends on who is saying the song and how they're affiliated.
Right, but a woman sings that song, right? Wet ass pussy. Right. That's a woman.
Yes.
Now, if a man sang the same song, would he get by with it, sir? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah. The level of rap lyrics now is just so degrading. It's beyond reproach. But the thing is if you're in the culture, you can say it. But if your message is against the narrative and you slip up and you include something like that, they'll use it against you. That's the way it works. It's a double standard.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. It's a total double standard. I mean, we had a president of the United States who got things done, who went against the grain. He went against the narrative. He made good on almost all of his promises, and yet he was denounced by the press. He was denounced by the people. He was denounced by the Democrats. He was even denounced by his fellow Republicans because, and here's just my opinion, because he did get things done. He did do what he said he was going to do. And he did go against the narrative. And that's not what they want in politics. In politics, it's do as I say, don't do as I do. And I'm not going to do as I say what I'm going to do. And if you are a honest politician and you do what you promise you're going to do, you don't.
What did you say?
Huh?
Did you say honest politician?
Yeah, I know it's an oxymoron.
I mean, like that was just sounded so taboo. Like, this, like how bizarre. I mean, that's like the strangest thing. An honest politician. I have better chance seeing a leprechaun riding a unicorn, my friend.
But the thing is, I mean, they do exist. They're very rare, like a unicorn, but they do exist. But when they do exist, it's not only is it very rare, but they get shut down. And I think that I'm not saying that Donald Trump was 100%.
You know what? I think every now and again someone captures like a picture of an honest politician, but just like the Bigfoot and Sasquatch photos, they're always like fuzzy and out of focus. I think that if it was clear, then he would just soon thereafter get assassinated. What do you think?
Oh, I think so. But here's what I was going to say. I'm not saying Donald Trump was an angel by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not saying he was Honest John or Honest Abe or anything like that. But
no, but he wasn't the guy that they intended to have in office at that time. He
Right.
screwed up. He screwed up the whole kit and caboodle, the whole dog and pony show. Insert your favorite narrative or what adjectives and show titles and finish the sentence how you see fit.
But what I'm saying is, when he says something wild and outlandish, like grab him by the pussy, well, he's an old white guy. He's an old rich white guy. He's got 3 strikes against him already. So, we've got to strike down the Trump. But someone else says it's totally cool, especially if they're handsome or popular or rich.
But you know what? Here's the thing.
But go, you know the thing.
The thing is, you say that, but in all honesty, he kind of got a pass on it. I mean, he still won the election, even though they put that they played that stuff right before everybody went to go vote for him, and the diehard Trump supporters, the true believers, if you will, they gave him a pass on that. They stood by him. They didn't they didn't waver. Now maybe he did lose a little bit of his support, but it wasn't enough. All things considered, he kind of weathered that storm, if you will.
Yeah, and I understand that, but I mean, you got to face it that he was under a lot of scrutiny when he became president, and there was a lot of people.
He couldn't sneeze, and they would say, "Caught you."
Yeah,
exactly.
And I don't want to get into politics tonight because it's the last thing I want to do. But you can't really. The point I'm trying to make is some of these 90s and 80s, even the 80s songs, kind of swerves back around to what's going on in today's days and times. Like I said about Aerosmith's song, "Something Wrong with the World Today. I don't know what it is." You know what I'm saying? It's like,
that's another good example.
Yeah.
But I think I told you this backstage. I'll re-mention it again here because it's kind of an important aspect. In the early 90s, they had just came out of the time of the LA riots. I think that was in 89, 90, the summer of 89 to 90. And so music was kind of the songs that came out shortly thereafter. There was a lot of advocacy in the music and a lot of activism type anthems and stuff like that. And it was kind of a unique thing that happened in the music scene because it's one of those things that where you see that shortly after some type of societal event like that, much like back when we were in when people were protesting the war in the 70s. That's when you really had a lot of great activism songs in the state of the world and peace and love and happiness versus war, and anti-war songs, war, what is it good for, and all that kind of stuff. But it really is interesting how it, and I bet you that. And what do we get now? What do we get now? All those silly, stupid pandemic songs that people make on YouTube. And if you look at it, if you think about our artistic license, the standards for an artistic license were compared to what the standard for an artistic license is now, the divide is very vast. Wouldn't you say?
I would say that, but I know I want to point out, there was a lot of shit going on in the 90s. You had the O.J. Simpson trial, you had the L.A. riots, you had a guy's wiener got chopped off, 2 brothers killed their parents for money, a championship figure skater hired some guy to take out another championship figure skater's kneecaps. Some boy was whipped to death with a cane stick. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of crazy shit going on in the 90s. But what I'm saying in response to that is they wrote a lot of songs that still hold up to today of what's going on in today's day and times as to what was going on then. It seems like it's all kind of circled back, if you will. And I hate to use that term, but
yeah, I know what you mean. It's funny how it always circles back, isn't it? It is funny, and it's almost and if you, I think the other longest example of this type of of like a democratic government ruling before it self imploded or had to do a reset, if you will. It was Rome, and it lasted about 220, 218, 200, somewhere in that range, and they're right about where we are now. So we're about to pass the Guinness Book of World Records if we can keep it going, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know. You're probably right. But with all that said, we are sort of living in the times of Noah, as it were, and there are certain signs to look forward to that things are happening. And like that girl said in the video that I showed earlier on, the statue of George Floyd, it is the time for Jesus to come back, and we're all hoping that Jesus does come back, and that things, hopefully work out the way things we think is going to work. But with all that being said, I want to just slow things down here now, and I got a couple of clips I want to show from the Mass YouTuber show, and I hate to do that, but he's put me under obligation to do so.
He's got leverage on you, does he?
Yes.
I see. Well, I hope that whatever it is that you're able, I know a guy. If you need me to help you handle the situation, I got a guy. I'm just saying. But the Mass YouTuber, I am one of his subscribers on that channel. I subscribe to the Mass YouTuber, and I've been keeping up on his videos. And I tell you what, at first I was a little, I don't know if this is really my cup of tea, but the guy, he kind of grows on you just a little bit. I'm actually starting to quote him, and I even got a fairly decent impersonation of him going on. And I'm slowly becoming a fan, if you will. So I'm looking forward to the clip, believe it or not. Usually I'm going to give you a bunch of crap like, hey, bro, we don't want to watch all the crazy clips. But no, wait, this I'm telling you, you're on to something with this Mass YouTuber guy. Whoever he is, you need to figure it out, my friend. But let's see the clip.
Well, more importantly, after we see the clip, I would like you to do your impression of him, because I do think you do a really cool impression of him, if you don't mind me saying so.
Okay, yeah, I mean, sure. I'm trying to. Yeah, let's watch it first, and then it'll refresh me. It'll get it flowing. I'll get, you know what I mean. I'll get the inspiration from watching it. So yeah, we could do that.
Good old Milo. Why do I want to say Milo? Fellow Fire here saying, I love his outro.
Yes, and his intro. He got a good intro too.
I think the intro is what you're best at imitating, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I haven't attempted the outro yet, so.
Well, no, not the outro, the intro.
That's what I mean. I haven't even tried the outro. I've never tried to imitate it.
You mean the intro?
No, I have done that intro. I have not tried the outro.
Okay, no, that's what I said. It's like, well, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, can you see my screen, my friend?
Yes, you're sharing. Share alike.
All right, cool. Well, here we go. I'm only going to show 2 clips from this video, and I think you guys are going to like this. He does The masked YouTuber has expanded out now. He's doing little skits. Here's a couple little skits. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the first one. Hold on. Let's see here. I think this is his first skit.
Cloned monsters. Maybe like those things from the Lord of the Rings movies. Or whatever that.
Well, I guess he's not going to talk about his dead wife on this one. But if you watch his videos, you will hear a lot of dead wife talking. Hey, speaking of dead wives, I think it's about time I go check the pantry. I'll be right back. Just take a look and see how well, she's not dead yet. I was just kidding about that. What, did you think I killed my wife and stuffed her in the pantry? Hell no. She's chained to the fucking bed. Honey, how you doing in there? I'm kind of hungry. Well, I ain't got nothing to fucking eat. Yeah, but I'm starving in here. I'm skin and bones. Oh, fuck. Here, eat these. But those are just crumbs. Fuck you. That's all I've got. Now eat them, bitch.
Well,
that was a bit harsh.
Yeah, he actually does have some heart there. He feeds his wife.
Yeah, that's true. I see. There's a sliver of empathy in his soul.
Yeah, man, wow. But look at his eyes, though. Look at those. They just look evil. Just those evil yellow eyes. I swear to God, the guy looks like he's got yellow eyes.
Yes, and I mean, Orange Man bad. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Well, to put it in context, the guy he's reviewing shows clips of a woman being tortured or whatever. Not really being tortured, but he's got her like tied up to a chair.
It's satire.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's meant to be to push the envelope as far as possible and still get away with doing it, right? Like, just how much can we get away with satirically?
Right. And just as a small setup for this next skit that the masked YouTuber does, if anyone's seen Mr. Plinkett, which I do highly recommend going and checking out some of his videos. He's a movie reviewer, and he's called Mr. Plinkett, and he comes from Red Letter Media. That's Red Letter Media. And in his videos, he often says, "Oh, I'm hungry now. I'm gonna go make me some pizza rolls. And if you want a pizza roll, please write." And he gives like a address of some kind. Of course, it's a fake address. And I will send you a pizza roll. And I think the masked YouTuber might have taken him literal, because he actually sent off for his pizza roll. And well, I'll let the masked YouTuber tell you guys the rest of the story. Here it goes.
Shit. But he's never mailed me a pizza roll. What the fuck, motherfucker? I've been waiting for 3 years for my fucking pizza roll to get here, and it's never got here, not even fucking once. What the fuck is your fucking problem, Mr. Plinkett? Oh, man. I really went on a tangent there. But anyway, I gotta say overall, the hell? Who can that be at my door? But whatever comes to my door, I don't have any friends. Hold on just 1 minute.
Well, that's pretty sad that he doesn't have any friends. I just wanted to point that out.
And that is sad. I mean, why can't you be his friend?
Oh, I don't want to be his friend. He torments me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why you don't have any friends.
Yeah. Maybe if he was a little bit nicer people, I guess.
Who the fuck this could be now?
It's your neighbor Josh. Well, I got got this in my mail about 2 years ago, but I got too far behind, and well, you know how lazy I am. Well, anyway, here you go.
I can practically smell the pizza roll from here, my friend.
Yeah, no, look at that envelope, by the way. It doesn't have a stamp on it or any kind of address. No wonder I didn't get it. I mean, no wonder the mass YouTuber didn't get it for 2 years.
Well, yeah, he probably just had his limo driver put it in your mailbox, and the limo driver, by the time he got to your house, was probably honey hoarder hiding, and he was all whacked out on cocaine and drunk and put it in your neighbor's mailbox by mistake.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. Well, the mass YouTuber's mailbox, you mean?
Yes. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, man, looks like there's a ghost in the background. Look at that guy in the red shirt there. He's holding on to that girl.
Oh, yeah, that is weird.
That's weird looking.
But I can see how he would mistake your neighbor, the mass YouTuber's neighbor. I mean, I can see the resemblance, minus the orange mask and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. Now get the fuck out of here!
Okay, now we see why he doesn't have any friends.
Care of Mr. Plinkett. The hell is this damn thing?
In his defense, he did say thank you. He showed
did.
proper. Yeah.
Yeah. At least he was polite.
Damn it! Guess I better open it. Go!
I like how you tried to open it with one hand.
Yeah. Like that was gonna work.
Like you had 5 eternity stones on or something.
So it's hard as a rock. Maybe I'll feed it to my wife. Anyway, back to the review.
That's what a pizza roll looks like after about 3 years, I guess.
I'm telling you, if this episode was in 3D, that scene right there, I would be like, ah!
Yeah. The envelope and the finger would be coming right at you. So there you go. There's a little short clip of the mass YouTuber. I don't know what you guys think, but anyway, yeah, that pretty much does it.
All right. Well, you got to get her done somehow, and that's how we do around here, these parts.
Yeah, look, there's Grumpy Tro. He made it just in time for the end of the show. And there's Euler Reagan here as well.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yeah, Euler Greg is in here. What are you going to do about it, cry baby? Probably nothing.
Hey, that was pretty good. Oh, man. I got to tell you, if the mass YouTuber ever needs someone to fill in for you, I'm sure he'll give you a call.
Exactly. And just have his people get in touch with my people.
Okay. No problem. No problem. Well, hey, what else do we have here on this Gee Whiz Hunky Dory Good Time Charlie Fun Good Time Thursdela Thursday tonight, sir?
I don't know. I don't really have anything else to present that I'm aware of, but there's so much stuff hanging out that I've put in there. I've done forgot what is what at this point.
Well, let me check it out real fast, and if nothing else, we can go ahead and close the show if you want. Let's see.
Yeah, you might be able to find something else in there.
Something about democracy. Power is given, not taken. No, we talked about that. Let's see here. Okay.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything that I can think of off the top of my head.
Well, let me go to Hebrew Crew. See if there's anything in there we could possibly talk about. We invited Vizzy Pop to be a part of this Scranzaganza, but she never responded in kind, so.
Well, it was short notice. It was 2 hours before we went live.
Yeah, that's true. I do have this.
All right.
One last sort of like meme, kind of.
All right.
What do you mean, meme?
Meme.
Hey, I wonder what that song was all about. I guess it was just about having a good time and popping bubble gum. You remember that song? The do 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 do. What was the name of that song?
Yeah, you put me on the spot. I have no idea.
Oh,
I mean,
I remember now. Bop, do do do, baby, bop. Remember?
I'm trying to remember who sang it now.
Yeah, that was the Henson brothers.
Hanson, wasn't it?
Oh, Hanson. Yeah, the Hanson twins.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's Mandela. It was the Henson in your reality.
It's probably Hanson. Hanson. That's the one that does the puppets. That's. It was Hanson. You're right. It's Hanson.
Okay.
That's what DD74 just said. Oh man. But I remember that song was on the radio like almost every freaking day. Like they played it about five or six times a day. It was almost like one of the most annoying songs in history, but somehow like one of the most catchy songs.
Oh yeah. If you heard it like in the grocery center or on the bus or just on the radio on your way to work or whatever, you would be humming it for hours on end thereafter.
Sure. Now here's a little meme here for you guys. If you want to see it, take a look there. I'll let you read it, Sedgy.
I heard everybody got on their Facebook page this message. Are you concerned that someone you know is an extremist? And then there's a link that you can follow. Well, someone cleverly made a image of the first extremist they could think of and made a meme out of it. What do you know?
Yeah,
talk about
man.
Talking about the Zuckerberg calling the kettle extremist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I tell you, that's something we could talk about briefly. Is that they're actually starting to crack down on social media now. By they, I mean the government. The U.S. government has actually opened up a case file, and they're starting to crack down on the censorship of social media networks.
Oh, but au contraire, mon frere, that's quite the opposite has been exposed here as of late, and the fact that it's actually the government that is coercing social media to cancel people that go against the narrative, like Alex Jones, if you will, Joe Rogan, and all the likes, telling them to either get with the program or get off the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Seems like I heard quite the opposite of what you said, but the thing that I said that was the opposite of what you just said.
Well, I mean, it's funny how they play it both ways, and that's just a perfect example of how it's done. I mean, if you tune into one channel, you'll get that story. If you tune into the other channel, the other story. But that I just recently heard. I mean, it was in the last 48 to 72 hours that these accusations have came to light. So, I don't have an official article I can link it to, but I will look it up if you would like me to. I'll have it for Shifty Sunday.
Hold on just 1 second here. Social media. Because that's what it was. Donald Trump announces lawsuit against Facebook, Google, and Twitter. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. I mentioned that at the beginning of the show. What do you think about that? Do you think he stands a chance of winning that? I mean, that's just another perfect example of how, look, he's almost like he is getting canceled. But do you think in a million years Joe Biden's Twitter could ever possibly get canceled, deleted? Do you think it could ever happen?
No, he could say the craziest, most outlandish, most racist, sexist bullshit, and they would just let it pass.
See, that's the point I'm trying to make, is the government is coercing social media to do just that. Delete Donald Trump. Support Joe Biden. Support this message. Delete that other shit.
But here I have from Newsmax, actually.
Sounds So this is an important lawsuit, if you will, and it's so ironic that it's a former president of the United States that's going to come against it. This will be historic. The outcome, if he wins it, it'll make a big difference in how many future people get treated versus if he loses. You see what I'm trying to say?
Oh yeah, and you know what's so weird is like when I first saw this come across my news feed, it showed him standing at a podium, and the podium had President of the United States on it. And I was like, when I first saw it, I'm like, what the hell is this? At first,
I can see.
Huh?
I can see how that would have been the case.
At first, I thought it was something, like from the past or something. Like, no, this is a speech he's giving right now. But why does his podium say President of the United States? That was so weird to me. But anyway, here's the speech in its entirety. Let's listen up.
Today, in conjunction with the America First Policy Institute, I'm filing as the lead class representative a major class action lawsuit against the big tech giants, including Facebook, Google, and Twitter, as well as their CEOs, Mark Zuckerberg, Sundar Pichai, and Jack Dorsey. 3 real nice guys.
I like how he undercuts him.
He's like, I came here.
Really nice guy.
He sounds like he's saying, I came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I think social media would be changing their tune if they figured out that, American citizens can sue us. I forgot about that. Like they banned him when he was president of the United States. They banned him. And it's like now he's a citizen. He's just a regular citizen, just like you and me. Well, not just like you and me. I mean, he has power, of course, but even as a former president, he still has the power. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, so
I'm thinking of that the song "Locked Up, Won't Let Me Out." Locked up. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
Okay. But go ahead. Let's hear the rest of it.
Let's hear the rest of the speech. I love how he undercuts him, by the way. He says three nice guys, 3 really nice guys.
We're asking the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida to order an immediate halt to social media companies' illegal, shameful censorship of the American people, and that's exactly what they're doing. We're demanding an end to the shadow banning, a stop to the silencing, and a stop to the blacklisting, banishing, and canceling that you know so well.
And that's exactly what you and I are fighting for, my friend. Is like we're fighting for the right to say whatever it is we want to say on these platforms. And it's like it's a struggle. Every time we do a live stream, we have to dance around on eggshells as to what we can say or not say in fear of being banned from YouTube or, having our live stream taken down, which who knows? This live stream could be very well taken down if they look at it close enough. We've talked about enough talking points about certain topics that I don't know. But
well, it's not like we're advocating for offensive content or things that wouldn't be within the standard guidelines of any other YouTube channel. We just want to be able to speak on specific subject matter and intelligently discuss it and have a diverse conversation about it. And looking at it from other perspectives besides the one that we're fed. And there should be nothing wrong with that.
And not only that, but we want to be able to express our opinion. And when we talk about these things, to be able to say, hey, this is not maybe not necessarily the facts or whatever, but this is just strictly our opinion. We should be able to express our opinion, I think. You know, as
Well,
long as
but it's not just about being your opinion. It's your opinion on certain subjects.
Right.
That's the problem. That you can say how you feel about this, that, or the other all day long, as you don't talk about this, or this.
Yeah, it's flat out censorship. They are censoring they are violating our right to freedom of speech, basically. And
exactly.
So Trump is trying to fight for that, not just for him, but for the American people, is what he's saying here, if I'm not mistaken. So let's listen to the rest of this.
Our case will prove this censorship is unlawful, it's unconstitutional, and
Yep.
it's completely un-American. We all know that. We all know that very, very well. Our filing also seeks injunctive relief to allow prompt restitution and really restoration, and you can name about 20 other things, and it has to be prompt because it's destroying our country. Of my accounts, in addition, we are asking the court to impose punitive damages on these social media giants. We're going to hold big tech very accountable. This is the first of numerous other lawsuits I assume that would follow, but this is the lead, and I think it's going to be a very, very important game changer for our country. It will be a pivotal battle in the defense of the First Amendment, and in the end, I am confident that we will achieve a historic victory for American freedom and at the same time, freedom of speech.
You just watched Newsmax.
I hope so. I really hope so. Best of luck to him and to everyone who's fighting for this. It's very important. It's important to not only us, but everyone who's on this platform or any other kind of platform for that matter, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, any other platform, that we should be able to have the right to free speech. We should be able to have the right, just as news reporters, as they report the news, we ought to be able to report the news the way we know it to be, or the way we feel it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ought to have the right to free press, just as the mainstream media.
Right. Well, see, the thing is, YouTube, Google, Twitter, Facebook, they're all kind of one congruent establishment, and it's a monopoly, if you will. They own the market. You have to have a Google account practically to exist online, period. It's almost impossible to avoid having no contact with Google and having a successful internet experience. It's almost inevitable that it must occur, and that shouldn't be the case, because that gives them too much control over everything. And there should be at least 2 or 3 places that are Google-like that we could choose from that meet that. But see, the thing is, the way that they have it, the way that the Google was smart. I mean, I remember trying to use Netscape Navigator and Alta Vista and Yahoo and I think the AOL, but they all got sunk. Google just absorbed all of that stuff. They made it their own. If there was somebody out there that was doing it besides them, they bought them out. So now there's no other competition. There's nothing else so that's why you're seeing, and then there's so many pop-up ones, but nothing is kind of like became the new one, kind of like how YouTube, or kind of like how Facebook kind of took over for MySpace. It kind of has to happen. Everybody has to gravitate to that next thing on its own, and that next thing hasn't been decided yet. But I'm telling you, people will either keep getting more sucked into Google and it's just going to keep getting stronger, or as a collective we're going to have to decide to break free and choose something else. because it doesn't seem like it's possible for there to be just a standard alternative. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's like that law. Like there's some kind of law against monopolies in the first place, if I'm not mistaken. And we have to have that choice. There has to be that right to choice, the right to choose. And we don't have the right to choose if one company owns everything. And I think that's exactly why they put that law into effect, that one company should not have a monopoly over everything. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I like what DD74 says here. You act like there's some ancient document that grants us those rights and freedoms. Oh yeah. Wink. So yeah, God-given a natural law. You're right, Philip Fire. It's our God-given rights as American citizens to free speech. And when you got a monopolized platform like Google and blah, blah, blah censoring us, they are violating those rights. And they will continue to violate those rights as long as we sit and do nothing, you know?
Right. So which makes it such a, I don't know, an ironic thing that it's Donald Trump's lawsuit that's the first big case in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Well, who knows? Maybe he'll be the I hate to make comparisons here, but he may be the Rosie Parks of our revolution from big tech. And I don't know. Maybe that was I shouldn't have said that comparison. But
if that was the first one that came into your head, then that's the standard you're holding it to, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's countless examples, but that's an excellent choice, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be someone who stands for us, because I mean, you know, if someone doesn't stand for us and do the right thing and do what's right, there's got to be that first person. There's got to be that leader. There's got to be the leadership. And who better to do that than the former president of the United States of America, current president, Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, that's exactly right. I mean, if when the other guy gets banned and you just stand there and watch and don't say nothing, your lack of action is just as bad as the action itself, if not worse. And because eventually they get to the next guy on the list and the next guy on the list, and then they get to you, and nobody says anything when you're gone either. You know, you just if all of those people they started speaking up when the first handful happened, they would have put an end to it real quick. But nobody did that. You see what I'm trying to say there?
And you know what? And that's why I'm so against jumping platforms, because it's like, this is my platform. This is what I came to. No one should have to force you onto another platform. That's why I think it's so important that we fight for our rights to stay on this platform. If we want to go to another platform under our own
recognizance,
yeah, what you just said, recognizance, it says, you said that easy enough, then that's fine. You know, that's a choice that we could make. But if we're doing it because we feel like we're being forced to do it, much like the Native Americans were forced off of this land, you know, then no, I'm against it. You know,
so you're wanting the metaphor is standing your ground, and you're not wanting to. You're saying if we give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. Perspective, and totally agree with you. I do, but on the other hand, I also can see how somebody would, if they feel like they can be more successful by just cutting their losses and moving on and getting a jump on the other platform, and that's the way they feel that they can get their message heard to more people and find more success. Then I totally get that. So I see it both ways, because if you stay here, you end up conforming in the other sense that you limit your vocabulary and your choice of topic. And if you go there, you're giving up the ground of YouTube, but you're being able to still have a wider narrative of things that you can talk about. So I see it both ways.
Well, and here's the other thing to that is like you could shop in someone else's store, or you could shop in the same store you've been shopping in your whole life, and then all of a sudden they change things around, or they move things around, or they make you do things a certain way. Like, let's just say wear the mask for an example. Well, you say, well, fuck this shit. I'm not going to your store no more because you guys are rude to me. You make me wear my mask or whatever. I'm going to the next store. Well, you go to the next store for a while and everything seems peachy key for a long time. And then all of a sudden they start conforming and doing what the other store is doing.
Yep, that's a very good point, and that actually does happen. That's spot on, man. Soon the ominous fog finds its way to you. If you're going to have to confront it sooner or later. It's just the way it goes, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like sooner or later, those other platforms that claim to be free and ongoing, they're going to start changing, conforming, and whatever.
Yeah, you can get in your boat, go further downstream, set up camp, but it's eventually going to find its way to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But that's all the talking points I had on that, man. That's what I wanted to say and get out there and spread the word. And, I feel like I've done that. If you have any more to add to that, then that's cool.
Nope, I think that's about it. I think we've had a great show. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, it's a good one to end on, a good note to end, if you will. And by the way, I just want to let everyone out there know we will definitely be having a Shifty Sunday this week. There'll be a Shifty Sunday come come hell or high water. And Saji, you in your area, you've had a little bit of high water, but it hasn't been too bad, I hear.
No, but I haven't had any hell.
Okay.
And to be quite honest, I think we will go ahead and cancel Shifty Sunday if hell actually shows up. But we won't we won't for high water. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. Well, yeah, if hell actually does come, then I'm sure there's a way we could work around it, but
Okay, yeah. Maybe like Bill and Ted, like we can play chess with the Grim Reaper and win or something.
Yeah, something like that. But,
yeah, maybe not chess, because I suck at chess. Are you good at chess?
No, I'm no good at it. Maybe like a Monopoly or something, Yeah,
5-card stud or something like that might work.
Yeah, 5-card stud, yeah. But anyway, pretty good show, man. We will try to make Shifty Sunday a thing.
But go, you know the thing.
And hopefully we'll have armor on as well. We won't have armor on. Like I won't be wearing actual armor, but we will have a guy who we call Armor, whose name is Armor Up. We'll have him on.
Yes, hopefully. And most probably he's been, I would say you can pretty much count on him being here. Unless high water shows up. He might. I mean, unless hell shows up. I'm sorry.
Well,
I got confused myself.
It would be hell would be no problem for him because he can defeat.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you probably have more trouble with high water.
Yeah. But anyway, we joke and stuff, but we are definitely going to have a Shifty Sunday unless we're all dead. And in that case,
and you know what? Seriously though, if you're still watching and you support us to that extent, well, I want to tell you how thankful we are for your support. For real, it means so much that you guys show up every week to hear us and everything. So we very much do appreciate you. And I'm pretty sure we're going to do Shifty Sunday. I think we had a great show. Mr. Hebro Man Guy Dude 77. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Those
Play
are
us
your
to the
preferred
desk.
pronouns. Yes.
Play us to the. Well, we're already at the desk. I'll play us out. Play us out, Saji. You know the theme song that people like to hear.
Okay, let's do it. Well, what am I supposed to do?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to sing doo-wah diddly diddy dee diddy dum while you're walking down the street, you know.
Okay.
Snapping your fingers,
are you
popping your feet. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just all right, I won't do it. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. But here's what I'd like to say before we go off the air real quick. I'd like to just say that, all right, so I'm Godzilla, right? And I'm walking down the street.
Uh-huh.
And, I see Michael Fontaine, and he scares me. And instead of me blowing fire on him, I accidentally burned fire on the church next to him.
Dang.
Yeah.
That'd be like epic fail video, right?
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
here it goes. Here it goes. I'm Godzilla. Michael Fontaine. Oh shit. Michael Fontaine. There you go.
It sounded like you were at the dentist and it was that lady with the suction keeping you.
I like that lady, especially when she leans real in and close. When she's wearing like a low cut like top, you know. Just saying.
That's hilarious. And her breath is always minty fresh because you know that's the standard at the dentist office.
Yeah. No, but seriously though, do you have a Michael Fontaine thing to do before we go?
All right, Michael Fontaine as a caterpillar, and then he metamorphosizes into a butterfly.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Hi, I'm Michael Fontaine. Now I'm going to become a butterfly. Hi, I'm Michael Fontaine, the butterfly. What do you think?
Oh man, that was damn good, Michael Fontaine.
All right.
Okay. All right. I think we'll end the show on that.
All right.
All right. So, oh man, that was good. That was really good, Saji. Do you have one more thing to add? I'll tell you, I got something to add.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. Michael Fontaine? Oh boy, Michael Fontaine is here. What are you going to do about it? Cry, baby. Probably nothing. All right, now let's end the show. Hey, that was my impression of the mass YouTuber. What'd you think?
Man, it's dead on, spot on, if you will.
Oh man, yeah.
It's like I could almost picture you as him. It's uncanny. It's like hanging out with Peter Parker, just having that weird feeling that he kind of reminds you of Superman. I mean, Spider-Man.
That would be a good trick to pull off. All right. Oh man. Anyway, that does it for Thursdela Thursday. This has been Hebrew Man Guy Dude 77, along with Sagittarically Speaking, saying, we'll see all you yahoos on Shifty Sunday. Have a good night, everybody. And don't forget to tip your waitresses. But if you do tip your waitresses, make sure they're wearing a low-cut top. Good night, everyone. Well, that does it for tonight's show. It's been real, and it's been fun. And yes, it's even been real fun. But as all good things do, they must end. But remember, there will always be another show. Oh, at least I hope there'll be another show. As long as my internet keeps going and I'm still alive, I guess there'll be another show. But anyway, until next time, remember, that snakes don't always bite, but when they do bite, oh brother, it really hurts. So long, everybody. Ha ha. Yeah. Hey, do you like this music? It's completely free. Oh yeah. Dig that jam. Ha ha. See ya.